dictionary illuminates the word resonance as the quality of a sound that stays loud, clear, and deep for a long time. A quality that makes something personally meaningful or important to someone. A quality of richness or variety. In the late 1950s, Pete Seeger arranged and set verses 1 to 8 from the 3rd chapter of Ecclesiastes to music. Was there anything in particular that inspired him to make a song out of verses from the Bible? We can speculate, but as is so often the case, the song took on a life of its own. The first group to record Turn, Turn, Turn was a folk group called the Limelighters in 1962. Shortly after that, Pete Seeger recorded his own version. Then, in 1963, Judy Collins recorded it, and when she did, one of the people involved with the arrangement was a young musician from Chicago named Jim McGuinn. A couple of years later, McGuinn was a member of a band called the Byrds, and their recording of Turn, Turn, Turn reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart in December of 1965. So, the song that Pete Seeger composed achieved great success. However, the hit recording is not the end of the story. McGuinn and the Byrds took Pete Seeger's song and repackaged it in the style of the day. Electric guitars, McGuinn's Rickenbacker 12-string in particular, drums and driving rhythms. And the Byrds sang harmonies on Turn, Turn, Turn that still give me goosebumps. After 1965, Turn, Turn, Turn became part of the audio landscape. In those days, you could be out walking in town and hear it on the sound system of shops. You could hear it on portable radios or tape players in public parks. And of course, you could hear it on car radios. The sounds and instrumentation of the day, but with it, the resonance of the Old Testament. Words from the Bible animated by the voices of young singers. 1965 was still the heyday of AM radio, but shortly thereafter, more and more people began listening to the less frantic personalities and higher fidelity sounds of FM radio. Hearing the song on good quality audio equipment showed the Byrds' version of Turn, Turn, Turn to be a truly stunning achievement. And I think it's fair to say that with Pete Seeger's song, Turn, 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 the music we now call rock gained stature and weight. It is also interesting that the Byrds' version garnered attention and reached a large audience at the end of 1965. The summer of 1965 had been marked by great discord, terrible, violent expressions of discontent by large numbers of people. And that same summer, there was another source of distress that more and more people were gradually becoming aware of: the American military's entanglement in Vietnam. Amidst the ongoing years of strife and instability in the land and abroad, Pete Seeger's song came on the radio and offered a litany of certainties, truths that had stood the test of time and were enshrined in the most hallowed book of the Christian world. The last lines of the song are remarkable for their passion. A time for love, a time for hate, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late. That phrase, I swear it's not too late, is a vow and an oath. Pete believed in peace, was passionate about peace, and the few words he added to Ecclesiastes certainly drive the message home. Let's sing Turn, Turn, Turn. Ready, we go.
is the peace movement. And this is an early picture of Pete marching for nuclear disarmament, carrying his banjo. You can just imagine him walking down Fifth Street in New York, Fifth Avenue, and leading a march. And this is one of his quotes: "I fought for peace in the 50s. So here's kind of a quick history of the nuclear disarmament. Of course, we're all very well aware of what happened in Hiroshima. And then later, the first H-bomb was tested, which, you know, Hiroshima, approximately 166,000 souls lost their lives in the first 4 months. But that was a 16-kiloton bomb, right? But an H-bomb is like 3 orders of magnitude stronger, okay? So it's mind-boggling, you know, to just even think about, you know, the destruction that an H-bomb could cause. Anyway, you know, after some time, we started getting some treaties, and he was very involved in he sang at his protest in Central Park, and this was something like, it was like 500,000 people in Central Park. It was a huge protest. And shortly after that, the Berlin Wall fell, and the USSR was dissolved. And you can see kind of the history of nuclear weapons, how they kind of peaked in around this time before the wall fell, and then it gradually reduced. But there's still, you know, a lot of nuclear weapons, and starting to get countries like North Korea and Iran having nuclear weapons. So it's still a big problem. So that's one of the movements that he was involved, and then also the Vietnam War was a big peace movement in the United States. I'm not going to go through the whole history of this, but Pete's involvement. So one thing that's really interesting, I talked about earlier how Pete was banned from national television. And then finally, in 1967, a show called the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, it's kind of a folk music comedy TV show. They lobbied for and got Pete to come on. And it's what's really amazing about his performance on this show. You know, he had been banned from television for 17 years. And you think that, you know, he had an opportunity to be on TV again. You think he would come out with some kind of soft, you know, peaceful, you know, some, I don't know, easy song. But he sang this song called The Big Muddy, which is really a condemnation of Lyndon Johnson and the war in Vietnam. And actually, they cut the song the first time he sang it. They didn't show it on TV. They showed him singing Where Have All the Flowers Gone? And they showed him singing Wimmelwick that we did tonight, those 2 songs, but they cut this song. And there was a big uproar in the press, and the Smothers Brothers were really upset. And so they forced, eventually, the network allowed him to come back about 3 months later and perform the song again. And then also he performed this song, Bring Them Home, which is basically the song is about bring the soldiers home on the Johnny Cash show. And he also visited North Vietnam. So eventually the war ended. So this is a picture of Pete performing on that show. And this is just some words from the song. Well, I'm not going to plan it anymore. I'll leave that for yourself. But every time I read the paper, then old feelings come on. We're waist deep in the big muddy, and the big fool says to push on. So basically, I mean, the big muddy was Vietnam, and the big fool was Lyndon Johnson, the President of the United States. So he didn't pull any punches. You know, this is his first opportunity to be back on national television, and he sang this very strong condemnation of the Vietnam War. And it just shows what a gutsy guy he was. You know, it's just for me amazing. So we're not going to sing that song, but we're going to sing this song. And so When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the young men gone? Where have all the young men gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young men gone? Long time ago. Gone for soldiers everywhere. All the young men gone. Gone for soldiers everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the soldiers gone? Gone to graveyards, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn? Where have all the graveyards gone? Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time passing. Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time ago. Where have all the graveyards gone? Over the flowers. Over the flowers, everyone. When will we ever learn? When will we ever learn? Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Picked by young girls, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will we ever learn? So the final movement that I want to talk about is the environmental movement. And this is a quote by Pete. If it can't be reduced, reused, repaired, rebuilt, refurbished, refinished, resold, recycled, or composted, then it should be restricted, redesigned, or removed from production. So, and this is a picture of him in front of the Hudson River. He lived near the Hudson River. So, basically, this is just kind of some of the history of the Hudson River, but Pete's involvement was to build this beautiful ship. He raised money to build a boat. And actually, I want to talk to the kids here for a minute. You guys, what do you like to do in the summer when it's really hot?
Swim.
Right. Have you ever gone swimming in the river in the summer? Yes, we have. Remember when we went camping up and went swimming in the river? Wasn't that fun? That nice cold water on a hot day? So Pete lived by a big river called the Hudson River. And when his kids were your age, they wanted to go swimming in the river on a hot summer day. But they couldn't. You know why? No. No. Because it was really, really dirty. It was so dirty. It smelled bad. And the fish were all dead. So no one could swim in it. And so Pete told his kids, someday you're going to be able to swim in that river. I'm going to do something about this. So what he did was he built this big boat. And the boat went up and down the river and educated people about how dirty the river was. And that kind of helped a lot of people in the United States think about having a clean environment. And they passed some laws and made it a lot, made the environment a lot better. So this is another quote by Pete. We've all got to be involved this world together. I think if the world is put together, it's not going to be done by big organizations. It's going to be done by millions on millions of little organizations, often local. So this is kind of getting back to Pete's idea of getting people to participate. You know, it's like it's the activities of people, you know, individual people that are going to help turn the world around, is what we believe. So the next song we want to do, come on guys, it's your turn, is this is a song by Woody Guthrie. And it's really a famous song in the United States. It's something that I think every kid learns in grade school in the United States. And it's a song about, basically about America, but it could be a song about any country, you know. The point of this song is that this is your country, you know. You live here, and it's your country. So do something about it. Make your country better. Do something about it. So that's basically what I think Woody Guthrie was singing about. Lady Gaga, not Lady Gaga. But Lady Gaga has some nice songs too. Yeah. You guys ready? Yeah, we're going to do 5 verses, so. No. You ready? Seriously, okay. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made you and me. As I went walking that river highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled and followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of Earth, time, and deserts, while all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. When the sun came shining and I was strolling and the wheat fields waving and the dust cloud rolling, my voice was chanting as the fog was lifting. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. Nobody living can ever stop me as I go walking that freedom highway. Nobody living redwood forest, to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made to and me. All right. Okay, you can take your ukuleles and music. Good job. Okay, well, we're coming to the end here. And so this is another quote I think that kind of sums up Pete's philosophy. Participation, that's what's going to save the human race. So Pete often said he wasn't sure if the human race would survive another 100 years. You know, but he thought that the only way it would is that people got involved and participated. So I hope that inspires everyone to do that. So the last song we want to do is the hit that his group, the Weavers, had back in the 40s, called Good Night Irene. This was written by a man named Honey Ledbetter, also known as Lead Belly, who was one of Pete's inspirations. He was a great folk musician, and also he was the king of the 12-string guitar, and he taught Pete how to play the 12-string guitar. So we're going to do this song. You guys ready? Go ahead. Can you, right? Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Last Saturday night I got married. Me and my wife settled down. Now me and my wife are parting. I'm gonna take another stroll downtown. Irene, good night. Once again. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Stop rambling. Stop your gambling. Stop staying out late at night. Go home to your wife and family. Stay there by your fireside. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. I asked your mother before you started. She told me you were too young. I wish to God I'd never seen your face. I'm sorry you ever was born. Good Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. You caused me to think, you caused me more. You caused me to leave my home. But the very last words I heard you say was, please sing me one more song, one more time. Good night. Oh, and if you want to learn more about Pete Seeger, one thing I really recommend is this video on YouTube. It's a PBS American Masters called Pete Seeger, The Power of Song. It's really great, and it was produced by his wife, actually. So, and also there's some books. I have a book here if you want to see it, a musical marijuana. But anyway, please, thank you for coming out tonight, and thanks to all the kids for the good job that you did.
Good night.